Welcome to Underrated. In this video we will go over the third season of Peaky Blinders. If you haven't seen the first two seasons, recaps go in the description and watch it. 2 years later, in 1924, Tommy and Grace get married. The Peaky Blinders and their kin have been invited, as well as Grace's family. Composed of cavalrymen, Irish members of the British Army, Grace's family dismays the Peaky Blinders, due to the cavalry's late arrival on the battlefield during the war. The Peaky Blinders have a meeting in the kitchen, where Tommy, in a state of stress, orders the men to be on their best behavior. Meanwhile, a refugee from Soviet Russia, named Anton Kaledin, makes contact with the Peaky Blinders, offering the code Konstantin as confirmation for the money exchange meeting with the young Grand Duchess Tatiana Petrovna. Tommy informs her that Kaledin provided the wrong code name, meaning the man must be killed. Arthur confides in Tommy, not wanting to do the job they must carry out, but Tommy tells him they have no choice, or else Tommy will hang. In the end, Arthur kills the imposter. Tommy inspects armored vehicles for a business deal with Father John Hughes. He meets with Mr. Romanov, who pays him with a sapphire for murdering Kaledin. Vicente Changreta meets with Arthur and John to demand an explanation for his son Angel's restaurant burning down. John threatens Vicente and later beats Angel when Vicente publicly vows to murder him. During a gang meeting, Tommy sides with John. Later, he is taken by Scotland Yard to a prison cell, where he is greeted by Father Hughes. Father Hughes threatens to kill his son Charles if Tommy visits Ada again, due to her communist connections, and remarks that he has easy access to Tommy's family. Tommy later finds a card under Charles' pillow, which reads Charles Shelby, R.I.P. Grace wears Romanov's sapphire to the Shelby Charity Foundation dinner. Father Hughes and Patrick Jarvis inform Tommy that the Russians want to inspect the vehicles. Suddenly, a guest shouts for Angel and shoots Grace in the upper chest. Arthur, John and their younger brother Finn Shelby beat the man to death as Tommy shouts for an ambulance. Following Grace's funeral, Tommy meets with Polly and Michael to give them a list of things to do for their legitimate business. Afterwards, he orders Arthur and John to retrieve Vicente alive and shoot Vicente's wife, but they are reluctant to murder her. During a meeting, the Peaky Blinders realize that Tommy has left, leaving a note that he will be gone a few days. Tommy travels to Wales with the sapphire necklace, where he confers with a gypsy, whom he asks whether it is cursed. He returns home with some sense of normality, having left the necklace with the woman. Arthur and John have procured Vicente, who Tommy threatens to torture, but Arthur shoots him in the head as an act of mercy. Following her help in finding the Soviet informant in the Economic League, Tommy invites Ada to head the Peaky Blinders' future office in the United States. He then interrupts a meal hosted by Tatiana's aunt, the Grand Duchess Isabella Petrovna, to secretly alert her to the information he has acquired. Tatiana sees Tommy to his car. He tells her that Father Hughes is betraying them to the Soviets and offers to kill him for free. On Easter 1924, Tommy receives news that Arthur Sr. has died, and Tommy announces the plan to the Peaky Blinders. They have been hired to provide the Russians with weapons stolen from a train for a rebellion. They will be paid in jewels, but, believing the Russians will betray him, Tommy plans to break into their vault. Arthur's wife Linda Shelby tells Arthur she is pregnant and wants him out of the business, which he agrees to do after the job with the Russians is over. His vagueness irritates Linda, who demands a bigger cut for Arthur so they can move to the United States together. Polly goes to church while drunk, and during confession she reveals Tommy's plan to assassinate Father Hughes to the priest, who in turn notifies Father Hughes. Father Hughes foils Tommy's attempt on his life and watches him being seriously injured by his guards. He humiliates Tommy by threatening to kidnap Charles, and makes Tommy apologize for wrongfully accusing him in front of Tatiana and her family at the Ritz. Tommy meets with a representative from the Soviet embassy and tells him Father Hughes is double-crossing the Soviets. He then collapses from his injuries. 3 months later, Tommy has recovered and the planned massive heist involving the Russians is drawing near. Tommy enlists Alfie to appraise the Russians' jewels, ruining their plan to give Tommy fakes. The Peaky Blinders begin to tunnel underneath their mansion. Tommy makes a deal with the Soviets to ensure the guns on the train will be useless, negating the need to blow up the train and sabotaging the plan to plant evidence at the scene of the explosion incriminating the USSR, thus causing an international incident which would lead to the United Kingdom cutting off diplomatic relations with Russia. Ada officially joins the Peaky Blinders when she is offered a place in their new Boston office. After previously revealing that he was abused by Father Hughes, Michael reveals that he too wishes to kill the priest, but Polly tells Tommy that she will bring the business to its knees should Michael be the murderer. Polly finally views her portrait, after which her lover Reuben Oliver and she take their relationship to the next level. Charles is kidnapped. Father Hughes demands the jewels as payment and for Tommy himself to blow up the train in exchange for Charles' safe return. Tommy agrees unconditionally. After some investigation, he discovers that Alfie divulged the plans to Father Hughes. During a confrontation, Michael kills Alfie's associate, but Michael talks Tommy out of killing Alfie. After deducing Charles' whereabouts, Tommy sends Michael to retrieve Charles and kill Father Hughes. At the same time, Arthur and John set off to bomb the train in case Michael cannot rescue Charles in time. Even though Michael is successful, word does not reach the Peaky Blinders in time, and the train is blown up. Meanwhile, Tommy frantically completes the tunnel and blasts into the Russians' vault, stealing many jewels. With Charles safe, he meets with Tatiana, who has been in on the jewel heist the whole time, and plans on taking her share to Vienna. Tommy returns home to distribute the remaining loot to his accomplices, but at the end of the meeting announces that the police have come to arrest everyone. The rest of the Peaky Blinders are taken away in handcuffs. Like and subscribe if you would want to see the next parts. Check out this videos, and have a great day.